Forget a simple knockout. We've all seen a villain lose, but some defeats are just so perfect it's unbelievable. This video is for anyone who loves watching a villain with a god complex get completely shattered. Today, we're counting down the anime villains who got exactly what they deserved. And trust me, you are going to love this. Kicking off our list is a villain whose defeat was so cold, it became an instant classic. From Frieren Beyond Journey's End, let's talk about Aura the Guillotine. Aura's a high-ranking demon who's the definition of arrogance. Her entire power comes from this one crazy spell, the Scales of Obedience. This spell weighs her magic power against her opponents, and whoever has more gets to control the other like a puppet. After living for over 500 years, Aura is so confident in her power that she sees this as an instant win button. So when she fights the elf mage Frieren, Aura sees her suppressed magic and thinks it's a total joke. But then, the scales tip in the completely wrong direction. Frieren reveals that for over 1,000 years, she's been hiding her own magic power to trick and kill demons. The look of pure terror on her face when she realizes she's been outplayed is chef's kiss.
鍛錬を積んだのはせいぜい合わせて100年程度。しかも80年前と大して変わっていない。私には遠く及ばない。アウラ、お前の前にいるのは1000年以上生きた魔法使いだ。自害しろ。
Next up, we have the Hand Demon from Demon Slayer, and his defeat was so personal and so satisfying. This guy isn't some world-ending threat, he's just a disgusting, petty monster. For decades, this demon literally hunted and killed every single student from one specific teacher during their final test. It was his revenge for capturing and imprisoning him, and he was so proud of it. His whole personality is plain cheap. He couldn't kill the master, so he kills his students. Yet he's arrogant to the core, acting like he's undefeatable. And then Tanjiro shows up, and the payoff is absolutely insane.
あいつの弟子はみんな殺してやるって決めてるんだ。みんな俺の腹の中だ。鱗だけが殺したようなもんだ。水の呼吸、水車。大丈夫だ。俺の首は硬い。一の肩。
At the next spot, we have a total beast of a villain whose defeat was one of the most incredible revenge stories ever. I'm talking about Uvagin from Hunter x Hunter. This man was the muscle for the Phantom Troop, a guy who believed strength was the only thing that mattered. He's your typical brawn over brain character who's killed hordes of people like it's just another day at office for him. But he ran out of luck when he took part in the Kurata clan massacre, because years later, he meets Kurapika. As the last survivor of the clan, our boy has spent his entire life training for one thing, to hunt down and slaughter every single member of the Phantom Troop. And when he confronts this mountain of a man, it's pure karma.
およそ関わりのない人間を殺すとき、何を感じているんだ。
別に。
クスめ。死で償え。
無機質バカな。
まさか全力か。
全開だ。
Coming up next is a villain whose defeat is so fast and humiliating, it's one of the best moments in anime history. I'm talking about the Deep Sea King from One Punch Man. This guy was the definition of a monster who got way too confident. He comes out of the ocean and just starts destroying heroes left and right, making everyone think he's unstoppable. To make matters worse, he gets even stronger in the rain, and his ego just gets bigger and bigger. The dude literally calls himself the king of all life and is here to take over the world. But in reality, he's just a huge, arrogant bully. That's exactly why it was so satisfying when Saitama finally arrived.
Hmm. ま、ちょっと待ってろ。今、珍海賊とやらをぶっ飛ばすからな。
For the next spot, we have a defeat that wasn't just a physical knockout, but a complete psychological breakdown. This is the moment Envy from FMAB finally gets what he deserves. Envy is easily one of the most disgusting villains in the entire series, who just loves causing pain. This guy's whole identity is built on being jealous of humans. But to hide his jealousy, he was just unbelievably cruel. He started a civil war, murdered Hughes, and constantly mocked the heroes for their failures. But the turning point is when Roy Mustang, Hughes' best friend, finally corners Envy. And what happens next isn't a fight, it's an execution. But the real karmic payoff comes after. Cornered and exposed, Envy's true form is revealed, a tiny, pathetic little parasite. Ed realizes Envy's just jealous, and he pities it. And for a thing with such a huge ego, being pitied by a human is worse than death. Unable to take the humiliation, Envy literally kills itself. That's right, he wasn't destroyed by flames, but by the one human emotion he could never understand. Next up, we have a villain who just wanted a quiet life of being a serial killer. From JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's Kira Yoshikage. This man is so scary because he's so friggin' normal. He's not trying to take over the world. He's just a regular office worker who has been secretly murdering women for years. His entire goal is to blend in and never get caught. His stand, Killer Queen, is perfect for this, turning anything it touches into a bomb and leaving zero evidence. He truly believed that luck was always on his side and that nothing could ever stop him. But the entire Morio crew finally corners him after a crazy chase. In his last moments, the guy tries to use his ultimate ability to rewind time again, but Jotaro literally stops time and beats him down. And the way it all comes to an end, though, is just pure, beautiful chaos.
Wait, stop it! Stop it! そこに誰か倒れているぞ！
But it doesn't stop there. His ghost is then confronted by the ghost of his very first victim. She leads him into an alley where he's dragged into the afterlife by hundreds of ghostly hands.
思い出したようね、キラヨシカゲ。
お前か。
アーノルド！
私は
さばいてもらうがいいわ、キラヨシカゲ。
For our next spot, we have an ultimate takedown where the most powerful psychic in the world gets beaten up by a regular high school kid. I'm talking about Accelerator from a certain scientific railgun. Accelerator is the #1 esper in Academy City, and his power is to control vectors. Basically, he can redirect anything, from bullets to the blood in your body. It makes him completely untouchable, and it gave him a crazy ego. He saw everyone else as inferiors, and he was involved in an inhumane project where he murdered thousands of clone children just to level up his power. To him, they were nothing but lab rats. But it all changes when Kamijo-tama comes to their rescue.
お前が追いつかれちまったらこの作戦は失敗だよな。なあ、その分相手のダメージは倍になるけどな。おい、最高に面白えぞ。右手の力が効いてる。食いしばれよ最強。俺の最弱はドバッが響くぞ。
Coming up next is one of the most evil and over-the-top villains in all of anime. A guy so charismatic, you almost want him to win, until you remember he's a complete monster. From JoJo's bizarre adventure, it's Dio. This man is pure ambition and ego. From his early days in England to his return 100 years later, his goal was always to stand above everyone else. And after getting the ability to stop time, it only makes his ego even bigger. He sees himself as the ultimate being who is destined to rule, and loves messing with his enemies, enjoying their panic as he moves around in frozen time. His justice is served during the final battle against Jotaro Kujo. After a crazy fight, Dio drops a literal steamroller on our protagonist and thinks he's won. But in that moment of pure arrogance, the plot twist hits, and the karmic payoff is legendary.
実にすがすがしい気分だ。9秒経過。やろう。やれ。ロードローラーだ。10秒経過。どれ。バカな。やれやれだぜ。何？1秒経過だぜ。動ける時間はそこまでのようだな。俺が時を止めた。そして脱出できた。時を止めただと？これからてめえをやるのに1秒もかからねえぜ。どんな気分だ？分かってきな。コケにしやがって。方法などどうでもよいのだ。そうだ、この血の目つぶしはおる。
Next up is the ultimate manipulator who pulled the strings of the entire ninja world for decades, Madara. His plan was on another level. He wanted to trap the entire world in an illusion and force peace on everyone. And when he's finally brought back to life, he's so powerful, he takes on the entire army by himself, summons meteors, and becomes the 10-tailed beast, getting godlike powers. His arrogance is off the charts, and he truly believed he was the final boss. However, just as the guy succeeds and traps the world in his illusion, he's approached by Black Zetsu. And then it happens. Zetsu literally stabs Madara in the back. Turns out he wasn't Madara's will, but the will of Kaguya, the real final boss. And this guy wasn't the master puppeteer he thought he was. Man was just another pawn in a much older and grander plan. And here it is, the #1 most satisfying villain defeat in anime history. Father is a being born from pure arrogance. He wanted to become a perfect god by getting rid of what he called human flaws. This creature had cosmic level ego, thinking he could cheat the #1 rule of the universe, equivalent exchange. Basically, he wanted to have everything without giving up anything, and it all comes crashing down on the promised day. After he absorbs God and gets unbelievable powers, he's immediately hit by the rebound.
Naぜだ。私は完全な存在になりたかった。欲して何が悪い。望んで何が悪い。7つの欲を切り離せば人を超えられるとでも思ったか。笑わせるな。お前にも絶望を与えよう。けど嫌だ。嫌だ。
And guys, if you like this video, then I'm pretty sure you'd also be interested in watching this one right here. Thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you in the next one.